Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to a brand new Let's Play here on the channel for Total War 3 Kingdoms, as we have put a poll out near the end of our last Let's Play, and Gongsun Zan has won that poll. And we're doing something very interesting with him in this start. We're doing the 190 start, and we are here in the North 1 County start. And what we're going to do is we're going to play This is Total War. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this concept, this has been an achievement for pretty much all of Total War franchises since the beginning, where you have to declare war against every single faction you meet on the turn you meet them, and you can never peace out. So that would mean there is really no element of diplomacy for us to play here in the game. We're pretty much going to declare war with everyone the second we meet them. And not only that, we're going to do a migration start. We're going to go from the northeast all the way down the coast, all the way down to what is known as Yizhou at this time, which is today known as Taiwan. We're going to start ourselves over here. Now you might think we're running away from all the chaos. Yes, sure, we are. But I don't think it's an easy way out. First off, sailing down while declaring war on everyone we meet is actually quite dangerous. I'm not actually sure how we can pull that off. Maybe we'll die on the way. That would be something. But once we get here, we're gonna have to start with nothing and build our way out of this little island and eventually retake all of China in a total war type of battle where every faction's gonna hate us and we're gonna have to fight every single faction. It's gonna limit how we can acquire generals, because as you can imagine, we cannot vassalize anyone, we cannot confederate anyone, we cannot ask for an abdication with anyone. So we have to basically almost paint the map. We don't have to paint the map, depending on where the emperor seat is. If one of the emperor seats over here, then yes, we might have to paint the map. But if they're like all over here, then we don't have to do it. And we'll see how things are when we get to that point. But that's pretty much the challenge here. We're going to do this on legendary difficulty. We're going to migrate down, get ourselves a start over here. We're probably going to go heavy into the green reform tree. Basically, this is a combination of multiple challenge ideas that you guys have been throwing at me. Someone asked for a migrate to Taiwan start. Someone asked for, let's do This is Total War again. Someone asked for us to play Gongsun Zan, which has apparently been very underrepresented on YouTube. And also someone asked me to focus on the green reform tree. And we're just going to combine all of them together and play Gongsun Zan in the 190 start and see if we can get out of this alive. It should be a fairly long Let's Play series given the circumstances. We do have to eventually conquer everyone, and it's going to be a very slow start. It might be a little bit boring early on as we have to kind of build it up. I'm not going to skip too much. I don't think we'll cut out any turns. It's going to be a lot of end turns. Those should go fast. But that's pretty much it. Let's first introduce the faction. So Gongsun Zan here is part of the base game. He has always been the game. And before we do that, actually, we're using one mod. This is the alternative flag mod. It will be a link to the mod in the description below. It basically just changes everyone's flag. This is probably a good mod for a lot of beginners who cannot read Chinese, because the flag mod actually puts some artwork for most of the factions so you can recognize them a little bit easier versus just having color and Chinese characters. I understand that for our particular flag, it's not very creative. I think it's a bunch of men on top of Gongsun, which is our surname. We have a 2-character surname. These are called Fu Xing in Chinese. It's not uncommon, but it is obviously not the norm. Usually you have a 1-character surname. So this would be your family name, Gongsun, and Zan would be your kind of first name, I guess, in the Western culture. But together it's Gongsun Zan. We are the Iron Fist General. In the 190 start, we are currently historically Zhonglangjiang at this time. So we're just some sort of general on the frontier. We've been fighting with the Wuhuan and the Xianbei tribes for about 12 years now. We have been in this area for a long time. We have been serving in the army for a long time, and we come from a very prestigious clan, but unfortunately our mother is not a very high-born, and she's not the main wife. She's a low-born concubine, so we were not favored. Even though, judging by the historical courteous name that Gongsun Zan had, which started with Bo, it's very likely he was the firstborn son, despite the fact that his mother was concubine. And he was able to secure himself a very lowly government job when he came of age. And because he was very tall, handsome, and also studied under Lu Zhi, which is quite a renowned scholar slash general slash, government official at this time, he was able to rise up quite quickly, and eventually he got a chance to lead about 3,000 men to fight the Wuhuan and Xianbei tribes. He was very successful in fighting those tribes, and he worked with some of the local government officials like Liu Yu, who was very, very popular in the north, and they were a very good team in the beginning, before the conflict with Yuan Shao started later down the line. And eventually he was able to build quite a reputation for himself and among the enemies, where he had these, white horse raiders, or white horse fellows as they are put in the game. They're essentially auxiliary units. So they are nomadic tribalmen who are working for the Han in the Han army. In the very beginning, he kept about 10 or so of them that were very skilled archers as his personal bodyguard. So he would ride out with basically 2 wings of, archers who are on horseback, and they were very strong in battle, and that caused a psychological effect on the nomadic tribes. Wherever they, saw these group of white cavalry show up, they would avoid that spot because they know Gongsun Zan is there. So because that psychology established itself, he eventually requested money from the government to expand out a special unit under himself, where he has white horses for all of them and train them to have very skilled horse archery skills, and that became his go-to unit. Now eventually in the war with Gongsun Zan a little bit down the line, most of that group will get wiped out by a guy named Chu Yi, who is not in the game because he dies quite early. Honestly, I think Chu is probably Yuan Shao's best general. Unfortunately, he is not in the game, and mainly because Yuan Shao executed him for being too arrogant, and that's why we have Yan Liang and Wen Chou as our special generals for him. But enough about that. As a faction, we are one of the recommended factions actually for new players, and that's because his faction plays out pretty straightforward. There's not too many gimmicks, there's no special resources. You have a special court where you get additional administrator spots based on the class system in the game. It doesn't limit the availability of administrators, it actually expand the availability of administrators. It is kind of restrictive for these 5, but beyond that, with the new prestige point system, we can get a ton of administrators, which will be quite good because we have to rely on them because we can't have any vassals or allies in this scenario. Now, we already mentioned our 2 unique units. They're horseback archers, very high mobility, very good range, and they're going to be awesome. We're going to be spamming a ton of them. If you see any of our recent Let's Plays, I've been playing around with a lot of horseback crossbow Imperial Household cavalry. They don't compare because those crossbow units cannot shoot on the run. We can harass enemies all the time. We can give these guys poison volley, we can give these guys fire arrows, and they can just do damage and run away when they're in trouble. We have a special building. We have a military government. This replaces our regular, administrative office building. And it's quite good, especially if we're planning on going tall. If we're going the green tree reform, I'm thinking maybe more focus on green, red, and maybe a little bit of yellow in terms of reform tree. We might be picking this up as a later building in most of our tall builds, since we will have about 15 administrators by the end of the game, just from the 5 that we get from our special court, and then 8 more from prestige points, 2 more from reforms, and then we can probably spam these in probably a lot of the lucrative commanderies in the south, because we'll be launching our attack to retake everything from Taiwan over here. We do start out the game with Zhao Yun, very powerful duelist in the game. Aside from that, not too special. He doesn't really fit a good faction-wide role. His bonus is not good for that. He's really just good for combat. And there will be plenty of fighting for him in this campaign as well. We have a few traits: brave, indecisive, determined. He has 25% post-battle loot income boost on his background. That would be helpful. Minus 25% recruitment cost for ranged cavalry units. That, factor into our unique unit here. And lastly, plus 3 starting rank for all cavalry unit. So that's also very nice. Synergizes well with our playstyle. Now, one thing that we have to make note is that we are a Vanguard general. So that's going to cause some issues because your leader being a Vanguard does have some weaknesses. You prefer commanders, but we'll overcome all that. So with that said, we'll be playing this on Legendary. Legendary 40-minute. The only mod we're using is the flag mod. Doesn't affect gameplay anyway. So let's jump in here and see how we can get down to Taiwan first thing, off the bat here.
如今洛阳烧焚残破，皆董贼残暴所致。
董卓狼戾无度，可谓凶虐残暴。
董贼此行劫迁天子，欲以挟持汉家天下。
必须追讨此贼，不能再放任其祸害天下。
不过主公，依在下之见，眼下的燃眉之急，便是要先处理掉刘虞。
若是此人治理不了自己的领土，那就由我代劳吧。
联军即将瓦解，诸侯各怀异志，吾辈需速速挽救危局。
我为汉家抵御外患已久，如今该清清这内忧了。
公孙大人，您麾下战马嘶鸣，铁骑呼号，该让他们冲锋陷阵了。
Alrighty, so we are in the north, establish our power. Lord Gongsun Zan. China is in chaos, but so far from the capital, there's little you can do to quell the madness. Perhaps it's time to utilize your local strength as a respected border lord. Liu Yu, your old mentor, has lost his vigor and his lands may be better managed by you. Likewise, Gongsun Du is kin, but the borders cannot be held by a weak lord. You must consider how your presence and power may aid all of China. So first off, this is very historically inaccurate in many ways. Liu Yu is not your mentor. He is like a partner. You guys are similar aged. He is more of the administrative side in the north, whereas you're more of the military side in the north. You technically work under him. He's your boss. And he is a distant relative to the emperor. And he's very popular in the north, much more popular than Gongsun Zan. And because Gongsun Zan framed Liu Yu and had him executed and said that he was trying to betray the emperor, whereas not true, not only did Gongsun Zan trick, not trick, but like he framed him when an imperial auditor was in town. He pretty much forced the auditor to accept Gongsun Zan's own judgment and then executed Liu Yu before he had any chance, also executed his entire family. Quite cruel. And because he did that, he lost pretty much all favors with the clans in the north. And that pretty much doomed him in his war against Yuan Shao, whereas he was winning some of the early battles. Now, of course, certain key moments like losing most of his White Horse fellows against Qi, which we mentioned earlier, also doomed him later on. But the other thing is Gongsun Du and Gongsun Zan are not related. Yes, we do have the same last names, but just because we have the same last name does not mean we are related. We are fighting Zhao Qian's army in the beginning. They represent the Han. Oh, very nice. Alternative flag. So, let's first straighten out the map. We are from Liaoxi, right? Looks like, Gongsun Du is right there. But Gongsun Du's family is actually from Liaodong, which is deeper in this commandery over here. We are not related. They are from a different Gongsun clan than we are. Now, when we're on the topic of this, let's talk about Gongsun as a surname. So Gongsun, has two origins, largely. The first origin is more of the mythical origin, is that Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor, which is the first tribal chief that united pretty much the Yellow River Delta region of China about 5,000 years ago. Very small, united in a sense. We're talking about, 5,000 ago, tribal people, Stone Age type of unity. He defeated Yandi. That's why, the Chinese ethnicity group as a whole, not the Han ethnicity group, but the Chinese ethnicity group as a whole is often referred to as Yan Huang Zizun, or the descendants of Yan Huang. And Yan and Huang here refers to Yandi and Huangdi, these early tribal chiefs that were in this area. So the legend is that Huangdi himself has a surname, and it was Gongsun. He was called Gongsun Xuanyuan, I believe. And later on, he took a different surname, and there were descendants of him that used all three versions of his name, like Gongsun Xuanyuan and the Ji surname that he picked up later on. So there was a branch of the family that went with Gongsun, and that eventually, passed on 5,000 years, and here we are. But that's probably not exactly true, because what happened during the Spring-Autumn period, which predates the Qin dynasty even, we're talking about maybe 1,000 years before the Three Kingdom time, what happened was that a lot of people in many small kingdoms, that was a period of very fractured, almost feudalism, where you had maybe over 100 kingdoms, and in each kingdom, you didn't have a king per se, because they still bowed down to the Zhou dynasty, but they had lords, and the term for lords was Gong, and Sun means grandson. So it's very similar to the Western last names you hear of, like Jackson, Johnson, Carlson, son of Carl, son of John, that idea. Except for this case, Gongsun is the grandson of the lord, and you will refer to the lord as some Gong, whatever their name is, and their son is called Gongzi, the son of the lord, and their grandson's called Gongsun, and eventually Gongsun became a surname by itself because of that reference, because the naming system was still very crazy back then. Like, kids get named for maybe where they're born, kids get named for the weather at the time, or maybe for like a spot on their body, or for a pet. So it was kind of very loose, and Gongsun eventually got passed down as a surname. That's probably more factual of how these different branches of Gongsun families have their surname during this period. Regardless, we are looking at a war with the Han dynasty, Han Empire. Yeah, I guess we'll call them the Han Empire right now. And then we have to declare war on every single faction. Technically, we don't have to do it the first thing here. We can still trade items and stuff. But for the sake of, the spirit of this is total war, we're going to forego all diplomacy. We even have a non-aggression pact. Yes, we're going to be untrustworthy on top of going for this is total war. Boom. Who needs trustworthiness when we're going to be declaring war with every single faction we meet? So a common strategy for this is total war, if you're trying to do the achievement run, which I have done before already with Sun Jian's faction, is that you want to limit how many factions you meet, which actually makes migration, I believe, slightly more difficult, because I'm going to be meeting a ton of factions as I head down south, and I have to declare war against them pretty much first thing, every single turn. So that's going to make things challenging. And we got pretty bad items. Like, what good is trader when we can't trade? A bow and a stone archer. We do have quite big of a court. Zhao Yun's here, but he's sad because he's high level and we don't have enough satisfaction boost. So gonna be a lot of different challenges now, aren't there? We could give him a title. We have to fight this battle first, I think. They reverted the upkeep, the one that I've been complaining about since they did the upkeep change about 3 patches ago, where the White Horse Fellow had the upkeep of the White Horse Raiders, so they were cheaper, and they reverted that. They fixed it in the last patch, so these are more expensive now. We could do... what should be our strategy here? I should give him a title, I think, rather than give him some, say, like, you know, Chancellor. It's really not important. I can also make him Administrator, but the problem with that is that we're going to lose our capital very, very early, so that's not going to keep him happy. Right. We're going to fire him. We're going to fire him. We're going to fire him, even though he's semi-unique. And the bonus is not bad. It's just that I don't need him for many, many turns. And this bonus is not game-changing enough that I would want to keep him. Humble, I mean... This is our son. The change to 16 was a good one for him. Although I think he should be older than 16. I think historically he should be older than 16. But I'm not sure. Like, it's not like firmly recorded, but just estimation based on him serving in the armies. I think 16 is a little bit young for him. And this is our wife, also free, right? The key is he's not free, whereas she is. The only non-free general I want to keep is Zhao Yun, who has fondness for Liu Bei. Oh, great. Right, so let's clean out our court a little bit right off the bat. Oh, not through the family tree, just through here. Goodbye. We can't banish them for money because that would make our family and Zhao Yun, most importantly, leave. Goodbye and goodbye. Our wife might have a satisfaction issue. I wonder if she starts out with... No, she doesn't start out with reward the Philia and corrupt. But I can still throw her here to make some money. Whereas my son is heir, so he's not going to acquire any desire for higher office. I'm going to probably have to fight this one just to not take damage. There's a lot of small things we have to take care of to make sure we don't mess up our migration. It's not a very safe journey. Okay, so let's take this. And we will fight it. Yeah, let's fight it. Alrighty, so we're loaded up in here. We are gonna put them over here. I am gonna use most of these units to fight because they're gonna get disbanded after this. I might keep this around. Both generals, I want them to stay healthy. I don't know if I care about a level up on the duel. That's questionable. Do I want to? I don't want level drawing up for sure. So this is like the group I'm gonna babysit. And this one, I might want Gongsun Zan to pick up a level, so I'm probably gonna ask him to duel so that we can get some extra experience. Everyone else can charge. Doesn't matter if you get damaged. There's only like one archer. It's fine. I'm pretty sure we can kill him. Yeah, 250 range, 48 ammo here. Great unit. 218 charge as well. Okay, we can time his death, which will cause the most morale shock. We launch our assault. Alright, See the execution move, whereas Zhao Yun can move in on the archer. Come on, we're waiting for you to kill. Everyone's waiting for you to kill. Alright, Zhao Yun's got in there. Do a smash. There we go, it's a choke out. Everyone's morale should tank really hard based on general dying. And then if we add a roar to that, it should be quite simple now. Alright, we won. How do you want to share the experience? Well, I would like you to pick up the experience on these guys. Maybe just charge at them. You guys can wait. There's really no experience there. They're gonna get disbanded. Can we catch them? 109 speed. Oh yeah, we can. Sure. Yeah, we can fire while moving. So just turn on both, and just as we chase, we can keep firing. And we'll just let everyone pick up their experience, at least the units that we want to have experience. Didn't get too many kills, but he got the dueling experience, so that's good. Zhao Yun's done. Come over here, wipe that out. Picking up on scraps. We're friendly firing ourselves. That's actually pretty interesting. Alrighty. We will take income, I think. Taste of victory. The military supply should keep us afloat when we are actually floating in the river. I don't need this one. So our early game mission chain is going to break, because I believe this one has to be that commandery, which is fine. We don't get, you know, your economy grows or anything like that. Not a big deal for us, in my opinion. We're going to put our army over here. I think we'll keep the White Horse fella, just because I can't recruit him again until like rank 6. So I'd rather just keep him. And also having a unit means if we do get in a fight, enemy range units at least will not shoot at us. And to reduce some of the costs, I guess I'll take this. Minus 5% upkeep just to get back a little bit of the 100 that I'm paying him to stay happy. He can pick up an item to boost his happiness a little bit more. My heir looks okay. She probably is the least happiest out of that. Maybe I can give him a little bit more authority. Still +1. Still +1. We don't have any item here. We didn't get a good haul of items for sure. So the bonus he's providing us is nothing. There is no bonus that he's providing us. He's a terrible heir. If he wasn't our son, we would do something unspeakable to him. I mean, Zhao Yun's not any better, in my opinion. So it's not like we're missing out. Like, this is good. Kind is good. But I don't think I'm going to be adopting him or anything. Now, do we care about this one-term healing? Because I think I can just hop into the river now and start going. Unfortunately, you cannot cross deep water, so we have to like kind of just do this the whole time. Follow the coastline. So we just have to like keep going. And the more faction, like before we end turn, it's always going to be check to see if we met everyone, check to see if we declare war on everyone. I am going to build a tax collection because it's free. For however many turns we can get money here, we will get money here. I could summon him, have him stand there. He's not unbreakable, but he can maybe loop for us. And if he gets killed, I wouldn't hate it. I can't summon anyone this turn, but I can do it next turn. Yeah, I think that's the play. I could temporarily make Zhao Yun my I think it's industry, right? This one's the -1 construction time for all artisan buildings. Maybe I didn't need to give him a title. I could just give him this until he loses it and then give him a title. Yeah, she's doing assignment. Sure. When we lose it, he's not gonna, you know, be sad because he's not gonna blame us for that, and I can take this away. He'll feel fired. This is probably a mess. 22 recently demoted. Yeah, that was a misplay, but maybe we'll let him keep it. And that's still recently. It's still not as high as 52. It's okay. The punishment of like character experience reduction, not gonna matter for us at this point because we're not gonna have any chance to level up. He'll bounce back. The recently demoted will go away. Alright, I think that's all we really need to do. This doesn't speed up because it only speeds up purple building construction. And I don't really want to build something that will cost money, so we're just gonna build that. Let's continue. Alright, the typical big roster. Except for E01's sons are in here quite early. We're not interested in recruiting anyone unless they're, you know, legendary. Getting characters is also going to be difficult for us. Okay, we're going to spend a little money just to get him on the field. He can be a little bit defensive for us while we're gone just to keep us to have some income. And we will keep on sailing. Right, Taishitsu's army. That's the one I was a little bit worried about. He will actually attack us. Our options are just to stay away from him until he lands. He will land in Donglai, I believe. And then we can go afterwards. I don't think anyone else is aggressive. I can also steal some land on the way down just to give us a little bit of income. Like I go maybe try to take that and then resume our journey down afterward. Because stay on land gives us more and also gives us options where he might not get to me. Taishitsu is a headache. Alright, we're not at war with Yellow Turban Rebels, Kongrong, Huangshou. Oh my god. This is gonna be insane. Yeah, if you guys think we should have stayed and fought, let me tell you, migrating down 10 times harder. If we fail to get down, like we have resiliency, so we'll be back. We can still like take out everything here and then fight our way out. It's not hard to hug the borders here, I think. It's actually harder for us to try to get our way down and then meet so many factions. I might not take that, but right now I'm just gonna posture for that, depending on what he does. That's it. Let's continue. Alright, Taishitsu rotated to Bohai. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We keep sailing. It's gonna take us so many turns. But it should be mostly safe from now until we reach the Yangtze River. That's usually where we see a little bit more traffic. We'll upgrade that. And let's keep going. Zhaoyun not bouncing back yet. Huh. How long is recently demoted gonna stay? It should be okay. Like we're not even getting debuff for some reason, even though he's in the red. So pretty happy there. Let's continue. Alright, Koro needs to be a pal and not sail down to fight us. Because if we fight in the river, it's a delegate fight. It's an auto delegate fight. We cannot get out of it. But if we go this far out of his vision, we should be fine. Go, 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 go. Ooh, white horse. Our son needs that. Maybe then the Nomads will be... No, maybe then we get another satisfaction point. Yes, we do. Finally. Alright. So, I did say we're going to focus on green, red, and yellow. Not do our typical, Onyx Dragon Rush. Because, obviously trade deal for us now means nothing. This doesn't mean anything because I need a small city to build a level 3 tax. So it's not going to work. Military supplies. We surprisingly need that now. So we're going to get that. Because we're burning supplies every turn, staying in water. So occasionally we might have to get on land as well. Alright, we're getting attacked by them soon. We're going to loop them. Not going to be ashamed to loop them here because of the circumstances that we're under. He does not have Unbreakable, so there's a tricky situation where he could lose all morale, and we could just get wrecked here. Does anyone have Unbreakable that I can recruit? Well, obviously the strategist, unless they have Stubborn, which would be a really weird trait to find on a strategist. I can't see his skill tree anymore. I should have taken a look, because he could potentially have it. She could potentially have it. I can't even see their skill. I mean, I could recruit both of them anyways, just to have them run around with him. We have money to burn. Right, cost 4,000. It's not a big deal. She has Unbreakable. Alright, so we can't lose now, as long as we have her. That means we're probably gonna try to get you killed in the battle instead of fire you right away. Because I paid for you, you might as well fight for me. She also has mobility, so they can't catch her. And we might have her lead. Alright, sounds good. Let's continue here. Alright, I did forget to check diplomacy, but I don't think we met anyone because we are still sailing through Han territory, so nothing went wrong. But I do have to get in a habit of checking before the end turn. I probably could have taken that and rested for a turn. We might take a fishing port on the way down. Oh, they left. Wise. Very, very wise. Okay, in that case, I am gonna just release you. Yeah, 17's fine. She's not gonna leave. Might as well let you hold the bow. Alright, quick check. No one new. Let's continue. Alrighty, we're running short on supplies. I think we can make a pit stop around Donghai's fishing port. Alright, we finished upgrading that. That's pretty much as far as I want to go with the upgrades. I think we're good. We are getting debuffed because we do have a character. We're losing military supplies. But I need her for defense. We'll be okay. Nobody knew yet. We're not meeting Liu Bei. He hasn't annexed anything yet. So let's continue. Ooh, another horse. Our wife leveled up. Oh, she's unbreakable. But she's doing an assignment that's making us money right now, so... Feels more combat, given the unbreakable, stubborn. We're gonna swap stance just in case we can get an attack on it. Alright, gonna declare war on Tao Qian's faction. Are they gonna attack it? I just sail past it then? I mean, attrition's not gonna kill us if there's no army, right? And now the tough part is I gotta declare war on all of them. So if Zhurong decides to end us here, it's possible. The thing is, I think Zhurong's in a war with the Han territory, so he probably can't get around that zone. I could be wrong.
今日所谓何事？看我烧不死你！
Oh gosh. Alright, fingers crossed. This is where things could go very wrong. Who's gonna get the horse? He's back. The horse will slow her down. The first tier horse, I believe it's slower. Yep, not gonna do that. Her job is to loop. I need the authority. You take it. Alright, let's go. Ooh, battling the Wuhan tribes. Got some experience. Yeah, they're talking about how the white horse strike fear. So I understand some people said that wouldn't it be better if we play this faction after the northern expansion pack came out later in this year. Sure, but then I wouldn't play a migration to Taiwan. You know, this is Total War. I would play it regularly and enjoy the changes, which is something we will definitely do. Oh, Malzia is pretty good. Malzia is pretty good. But right now my problem is I can't keep any of them happy. Does he have he doesn't have this, so I can't just assign. He's level 4 as well, so he's gonna be very unhappy the second we get him. Zhurong's army disappeared, but I don't know if it's in an ambush or not. He's not at war with the Han, so he didn't fight them. We're sailing. Attrition is attrition. It's fine. Not death. Oh, we're almost there. Alright, and we gotta declare war with a few other factions.
足下有事相议，吾等已是秣马厉兵。
Liu Yao as well.
该好好谈谈了，我军定会轻松攻破你们。
That's it. How's the home looking? He's sieging us. 5 turns. Yeah, feel free. Take your time. Take your time. Alright, let's how angry are you? 11. 24. Okay. We'll take it. Let's continue. He is attacking. Let's show him the errors of his ways. Alrighty, so we're obviously just gonna loop them. If you're somehow new to the channel and don't know what looping is, you're about to see. Whereas, you know, enemies just cannot touch us. And if you think we are doing this only against AI and it only works against AI, no, we have done this against actual players. Which might be a spoiler. No, I think that episode already came out already. I'm playing currently a co-op campaign with Mr. Smart Donkey, and I have looped him, and it works just as well. And the whole reason why something like this works is because when you don't have walls, these points are called capture points, not victory points. So essentially, the AI cannot win the game by taking the town. They have to kill all your units. So you essentially don't give them the chance to kill your units by using the battle timer and the towers, you know, for your advantage to have them chase you. And the reason why they can't catch you, one is, you know, we're faster, 2, they have to always keep all their units kind of in formation, so they're, you know, walking as fast as their slowest unit, which is their infantry. And we just kind of guide them along the edge around the town, thus why it's called looping. You don't have to do a full circle. You can do like, you know, so we can do like a figure 8 here, you know, looping back and forth as they get hit by all these towers, and they will get killed. We'll beat them. See, 1 unit's already out. And you keep all your units hiding away, because if you lose too many units, the army loss morale hit will be too much. But in this case, we kind of you know, found a way around that by finding ourselves an unbreakable general. That's why we recruited her. Once, you know, we pull off a couple defenses, we're gonna obviously fire her. Another one of their units died. Wonder how that happened. And now they have like basically no cavalry. Oh, they have a general who died, so that made Liu Yu angry, because I think they're friends or something. See, we don't have to do a full loop. Just loop them back now. And the reason why the archers are not shooting at us, because I'm very hard and legendary. If you have any units at all, the archers will save the ammo to hit those units, and not generals, which is considered a waste of ammo, which it is. It is a waste of ammo. And you can see how we can win this battle. There's no army that can beat us here. Even if they bring siege weapons and fire and burn off our entire town, we just loop so that they can't catch us. And that's how we win. And we don't even have to kill them. So first off, he's not unbreakable, so I don't know why army loss hasn't kicked in for him. He might not come out. Sometimes if they go all the way in, you can try to lure them out, or just let the timer go down to 0. Capturing that will give us -10 morale, which for Unbreakable General means nothing. Yeah, watch him take it. And AI really don't like it when you're stepping on a capture point. The second you step on it, they charge at you. And then they're like, no, they're not trying to capture something that's mine. Step on a capture point, they're like, you're trying to capture something that's already mine. Now, do I want to move my army back just to finish him off? Because I can. It'll take a lot of casualties just to finish him off, though. You got what? Fallen Friend? Fallen Relative. 70% boost. Ooh. 10% melee evasion as well. I'm gonna try to lure him out. Come on, think about it. He activated the Unbreakable plus melee evasion. Waited timeout. Now we try to hit him. We hit him a couple times and he feels injured. I think the army loss will kick in. We'll give ourselves Unbreakable for a second. Alright, army loss is kicking in. There we go. We won. We'll let him go. We might even capture him. And did we capture any? We got his item. We captured a general. Now, if we do recruit him, he will have fondness, which means it's easy to keep him happy. I can't see his actual skill tree, but I can probably guess from the skill. Stifling Deluge. Okay, so right side. Pretty average, to be honest. The trait's not super promising either. I'll take the 800 and the 300 here. I'm actually super curious to see if all these AI that we've been declaring war would actually launch armies to attack us in the north. Alright, draw you a new item for you. Oh, before I do this, I can get someone to take your item. So they can equip it on the same turn. We can use this to farther decrease our, or just decrease our retinue upkeep a little bit because we did keep one of the units. We have no trade influence, but whoever has this can do surplus market, which will be good down the line. Just not right now. Why is the heir not happy? What recently hired? I gave birth to you. Recently hired. We do have, no, it's a commander armor. This is what happens when we don't have a commander. We do have one, but not one we want to keep. So, and she's decently happy now. It's just the heir complaining. All right, let's keep moving. We got to get to our destination here. Wang Lang's faction is going to show up. Hello. Level 1 town means no garrison. We can actually go take that. Yeah, there's no garrison in level 1 town. It's a free take. They really should fix that. Yeah, I think they should really fix that. There's no need for quick deal. There's only one type of deal we make. And that's called war. Oh, Iron Fist General. It's a fist. I thought it was a couple of guys. Okay. I mean, really, it's just because he's cruel. He made a fortress out of iron too. That's where he eventually suicided. We're not going to share that story because we're not losing this game. We got ourselves a second reform. I don't need any of these. I think that one for supplies was good enough. It didn't, you know, keep us afloat the entire way, but it stopped the bleeding a little bit. Population growth, probably not needed, but I think we're going down the green tree. We'll get the fishing one eventually because there's a fishing port in Yizhou. Man. Yeah, I think we'll start the green tree going and just pick these up while we are building things up. Okay, 3 more turns till we land. We're almost there. Let's continue. Peace offer. We're gonna see a lot of these peace offers, ridiculous amounts. And then in the late game, we're gonna see a lot of peace offers where they're offering us ridiculous amounts for peace, and we're just gonna keep saying no. Yo, try an event. Okay, guess Don't was gonna die. Hey, friends with dad. Friends with faction leader should be a boost. That should kick in, I think. Anyways, let's keep going. Another yellow turban rebel. Any good items on you? Ah, can't see. We can take places like this, but we're gonna go to Taiwan. That's the goal here. And we don't have another one for you. Maybe mom doesn't need it. She's only at 25, 25, 31. Yeah, everyone's barely afloat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's happening back here? We're holding it. Liu Bei has colonized. I don't know if that's considered vision because he colonized it after the fact. Yeah, so it's not vision. We don't actually have declare war. I can't declare war. I don't know him. Doesn't exist. Alright, let's continue. Alrighty, and Dongzhuo has died. Omen takes over. None of our problem. Finally turning out. The danger is all past. Zhurong scared us for a little bit. Kongrong scared us for a little bit. And most of all, Taishitsu is the one that's really scary. And he didn't actually get us, so we're good. Is Louis still coming? No, he backed off. So at this point, I can lose it. So I think she's gonna get fired. Give me all the item back. Oh, I know who needs to take that one. $24. Still quite low. Make sure she has nothing. Thank you for joining us for the short amount of time. You were great. You are now going to be released from service. Moji's still here. Moji's still here. Hmm.
大人，有话直说。
Let me grab him. The recently hire should keep him afloat for a little bit. And then we can make him into an administrator. Like he's pretty much perfect for administrator. Or even just agriculture development as an assignment. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're gonna just keep him. We do need a bunch of administrators, as I mentioned. So that's all. Let's keep on going. Alright, we have arrived. Plus 10 satisfaction. That's what you need. Respect your parents. Classic of the filial piety. Ooh, a philosopher would be nice. That'd be nice. That'd be so nice, actually, if we can get a philosopher. That's on cooldown already. Alright, we're here. We're here. Where's the city? Yizhou, we're here. We'll colonize you next turn. Alright, we'll get it next turn. We can't do it on March. This is turn what? 12 turns. 13 turns to get down here. Not exactly the luckiest number, but we'll be okay. Let's continue. Domin wants a peace deal. Become vassal, make payment. Oh my god. All our silver stuff. Alright, we have arrived in Danshui, which means fresh water. So salt water, fresh water. So it's not 巡游, it's not 巡御, it's 巡阅. Not someone who I want. Alright, make sure we switch stance. Make sure we grab this. Establish water. And what we want to do here is actually, So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna appoint administrators here. The position we're gonna pick is, oh, I can only show the ones. So I can't use the trick because I was thinking of shifting Zhaoyun down here on this turn so I can build stuff on it quickly. I guess we'll have to do a shuffle like this. Wait, I can't do that. There we go. And then we have to make Mao Jie the administrator in not Yizhou. Wait, why can't I? Oh, because we're under siege. Oh, bummer. Bummer. Well, we won't be enjoying Zhao Yun's discount for. Right, it's about 17% difference in terms of construction cost discount, but we get a bunch of, other bonuses. Sure, let's do it. Keeps him happy. He has to be administrator. This is automatically going to be our capital. We don't have to move it. Once we lose that one, we're good. I don't know if I want to lose that one right now, though. I haven't downgraded any of the buildings. I could get some more money. Actually, let him have it. We won't try to min-max everything here. We're fine. Make sure we're at war with everyone. We are. We're still going to go grab the fishing port down here. Probably the fastest way is to go back into the waters. We're going to have to upgrade this first. 9% discount's not huge, but something. Maybe we can change his... You see? This is my evidence. It's bugged right now. The second you make someone administrator, they're not here. It's only on this patch. I can still find them. And can I right click them here? No, I can right click them here. Here. I gotta change his gear. Once I change it, things might cost a little bit less. He doesn't need it. So 12% discount now, also 2k population growth.
欲平天下，必须心如铁石。
I might rush it. Yeah, we saved up money. Let's rush it. Alright, we're gonna go do that. Okay, we'll do that next turn. This is good for now, I think. And we'll just let that be taken during the end turn. Alright, I think I'm satisfied. Let's continue. Another peace offering. I might start cutting these out, but for now, enjoy watching how much money they're asking us for. And we'll let you have it. Feel bad for what we did to you historically. Shameful defeat, extra experience for us. Spring of 193. Civil War time for them. Wojia's going to join us at the start of the episode. We'll recruit him for sure. And we're going to end our episode here. We have landed in Taiwan, or Yizhou at this point. I mean, Yizhou, I think that's the way you should pronounce it, the tone, Yi. The reason why it's called Yizhou is because the reference term for barbarians or uncivilized people on the eastern side of the territories are called Dongyi. So Yizhou was the general term for, you know, uncultivated lands to the east. In this case, this island, you know, far away from even this part is kind of uncivilized, and that's why this area is called Nanman. Man is the term used for barbarians to the south. So each region have their own terminology. So that's why we're called, I mean, we're just going to be the barbarians here now. And we'll pick things back up from here. It's quite an interesting start. Took us 14 turns to officially get established in the south. It's our capital now. Every faction, they might not know we're here. I don't know what the AI will do. I don't know if they'll sell armies towards us. That would be quite interesting. We might have to prepare for that. There's really no way to scout. Yeah, that would be interesting to see if we actually have to keep up a defense or if I can recall everyone and just avoid situations. Because I think I can recall him. I don't think I need him on the field at this point. And we can just, you know, I would still want to level him up, maybe put him on assignment, or maybe have him fight Yellow Turban Rebels. That's an easy way for us to gain experience early on. It's going to be a little bit boring. A warning for you guys, if you guys want to skip a couple episodes, if you're watching this in the future, where we're just going to build up Taiwan. I have no desire to colonize the south, right? That's not the goal. The goal is we're in Taiwan. We're going to let all the factions do their thing. Since this will be more of a late game campaign, every faction will be very high tiered. Maybe we won't even be one of the three kingdoms because we'll be stuck here for most of the early game. I think we'll at least stay here for like 50 turns, just to let the Central Plains ever fight it out. Like, the goal for us is not to, you know, kick off the campaign right off the bat. The idea is that we're gonna build up Taiwan first, use this legit as our base of operation, get the reforms to build this up properly, and then we'll launch an actual, you know, attack when things are more mature and there's actually resistance. For this is total war, you know, going on in the south, going on in the Central Plains, going on in the north. We might make coastal raids. We'll see how much of a pirate type of thing we might do, but that's kind of the goal for this campaign. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this part, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.